So guys, welcome back for part 2 of the Modern Classics look at all of the submissions in the Young Timer Special or Modern Classics category of the Farm Sim 19 mod contest. We've got just 4 more mods in this particular category to look at, but 3 of those 4 are mod packs, which mean that they include multiple mods in them. And the first one we're going to look at is the Polish pack. And oh my goodness, this pack is huge. I can't even fathom the mindset to tackle this pack as part of the mod contest, and knowing that you're going to go up against folks that have been working for months on one mod to go and tackle this pack with the massive amount of equipment and attachments that are involved in this. It is a monumental effort indeed. This mod pack is by Rolnik410, Brass, Roxham, and Svitch. So first up, we're going to take a look, I guess, at the tractors that are part of this pack. And that's right, tractors. And there are a lot of them. Start here. We're going to start in the small tractors and work our way up until we basically run out of mods that are part of this pack. So this pack includes the Ursus 934, 932, the XX40 of the Zetor, and we have the XX20, the 5211, 6211, the 5245, the 6245, the 7245 Horal, the Ursus 3603P, and that's it. Amazingly enough, that's it. But that's just in the small tractors category. So let's start working through these individually. First up, we have the Ursus 934. This tractor is 80 horsepower, $44,000 in its standard config. We don't have any color choices, but we do have the ability to change the configuration from standard to 360 kilogram front weight. Puts a weight here on the bottom. 560 kilogram front weight. Front hydraulic connections, and back to standard. We have the engine set up at the 934, the 1134, that changes the exhaust a bit, and also adds us to 96 horsepower. We have the option of a front loader attacher, the console Turl 16B, or no, and then we have the option of wheels standard, wheel weights, back to standard. Let's go ahead and get one of these. Let's take a look at the 932, which is again 80 horsepower, $44,000. This one though is just two-wheel drive versus the four-wheel drive model. With a configuration of standard or 360 kilogram, 560 kilogram front weight, front hydraulic, back to standard. Engine setup 932 or the 1132 at 96 horsepower. We can get the front loader attacher, and then we can go wide tires, wheel weights, front narrows, got the 3 ribs, wheel weights, wide tires. So let's go with the front narrows with wheel weights on this particular model. Then we have the Zetor XX40. Change the main color on this one from black to red. Not sure what this is changing. Just leave it at red and see if we can't figure it out here in a minute. Standard configuration, 360 kilogram front weight, 560 front hydraulic, back to standard. We have the engine set up as 7540. The 8540 brings it to 84 horsepower. The 9540 brings it to 96 horsepower. The 10540 brings it to 103 horsepower. And back to the 7540. Add turbo intercooler to the 10540 there. Front loader attacher. And then wheel configuration is standard. Wheel weights. Cario front wheels. Changes the wheels to, I guess, the cream color. Cardio front wheels with weights, 4 weights, and then front wide with weights, then front wide cardio with weights, narrow tires. So take a look at that one. Narrow tires, back to standard. Let's get this one with narrows. It's pretty interesting. We have the Zetor XX20, the 2-wheel drive variant. Again, we can change the color to red. Let's see, is it changing it inside the cab? I don't know what's changing the color here. Not picking up on that. Standard configuration, 360, 560, front hydraulic, back to standard. So let's go with front hydraulic on this one. 7520 at 71 horsepower, 8520 at 84 horsepower. We only have 2 engine choices on this one. Front loader attacher. Let's try this. There we go. That's what's changing the color. Front loader attacher. Then we have wide tires. Wides with weights. Front narrows. Narrows with weights. Narrows on both sides. Front and back. Wide tires. Go with wides with weights on this one. Then we have the Zetor 5211. We have short fender configuration. Medium fender configuration is changing the rear here. Short fender, medium, long fender configuration. Then we have common silencer, pipe muffler, barrel dampeners. Let's get the pipe. Maybe this thing will be loud and annoying. We have filter, unfiltered, or with filter, air filters. Then we have front loader attacher, the console Tur 3B. And you can see in the cab here, see if I can get a good shot on this. Right here we have a joystick that's showing up when we add the front loader attacher. Let's turn that on and off again. See that popping in the cab? Then we have wheel setup as standard. Wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, standard again. Let's go back to standard on this one. This is 51 horsepower. 6211. We have short fenders, medium fenders, common silencer, pipe muffler, barrel dampeners. Pretty much the same configuration options as the 5211. Get the 7211, 66 horsepower, 7711 at 73 horsepower. We're back to the 6211. Front loader attacher. And then standard wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights. Let's get standard with weights. Then we have the Zetor 5245. Short fenders. Let's go with short fender on this one. Let's go with common silencer on this one. Front loader attacher, yes or no. Standard configuration, wheel weights. Wheel weights on this one. Then we have the Zetor 6245. Short fender, medium and long. Once again, common, pipe, barrel. Once again, filtered and filtered. 6245 is 59 horsepower. 7245 is 66 horsepower. 7745 is 73 horsepower. 7745 turbo is 80 horsepower. And we're back to the 6245. So we do get a different Slightly different exhaust placement and a different treatment here on the front, I guess, to accommodate the turbo. Front loader attacher. Joystick pops in there too. We'll set up standard. Wheel weights. Wide tires. Wide weights. Back to standard. Then we have the Zetor 7245 Oral. Guess that's how you say it. We have a common silencer, pipe, barrel, common, filtered and unfiltered are only choices here. This one comes standard with front hydraulic, long fenders, 51 horsepower. We have the Ursus 3603P. A little old tractor here. We have design color, gray, black, or gray. That's changing the frame. Appears. We have the main color. It's going to change, obviously, the main painted body of the tractor. Get it without the cabin, with the cabin. I kind of like it without. Front loader attacher, yes or no? Do we get a joystick or anything coming in when we do this? Doesn't look like it. We have standard and wheel weights, wide tires, wide with weights, back to standard. And that is the small tractors in the pack. Let's see, is there any big medium tractors in the pack? There are indeed. There is the Ursus 1634 and the Ursus 1232. 1634 is 119 horsepower, standard configuration, $44,000. Get it in with the 300 kilogram front weight, or the 560 front hydraulic, or back to standard. Trelleborg tires in standard configuration, wheel weights, Michelin wide tires, wide with weights. We have the 1234 engine, the 1434 at 136 horsepower, the 1634 at 155 horsepower, 1234 back. You can get front loader attacher, yes or no. Go ahead and get one of those. Then we have the 1232 Ursus. 155 horsepower, standard configuration. Front loader attacher options, wide tires, wide with weights, front narrows with wheel weights on the rear, back to wide. Go ahead and get one of those. And let's see, do we have anything in the large tractors category? We do not. Okay, so that is all of the tractors in this pack. We're not done, because there are a pair of telehandlers also in this pack. Like I said, this pack is insane. We have the JCB 550-4 6M load-all telehandler. Get it in the 524 Farm Special, 525B Farm Special, 520-4 Farm Special. Get wheel configuration of standard. Narrow tires, quite interesting. We get completely different tires front and back. Back to standard. Go ahead and lease one of these up. We have the 520-4 7M. I wonder if this means it's got a longer arm on it, maybe? So we have the 520-4 Farm Special, Farm 525B Farm Special. We have the 525-4 7M regular. Let's get this one. Standard wheel configurations are narrow tires. Go with this one in narrow tires. Okay, and then you think we're done. We're not done. shockingly enough, we have cultivators in this pack. We have the Brony 5, Brony 3, and the, yeah, that one. So this one is 5 meters, 70 horsepower requirement. No configuration options. We have the Brony 3, is 3 meters, 40 horsepower requirement. Then we have this one, the 280. You get it with the shaft or without the shaft. There. And then we have front loaders. There's a reason I added some front loader options. We have the T350 loader. Change the main color. Whatever we want. Well, between red, gray, yellow, and green. Then we have some attachments for that. We have the Wildie. Looks like a this is a log grab, a bale grab, or what this is a grab for. Looks like it's a bale loose grab for chaff, manure, hay, straw, grass, and silage. Then we have a bucket, which is for pretty much any fill type. And we have some front loader arms. We have the Detour 3B. This one is for the Ursus and the Zetor 5211. We have the Detour 12 for the Zetor 7520 and 11540. That in different colors. Then we have the Detour 16, which is for the Ursus 932 and 1634. Get a red and black. Then we have some front loader attachments. Got a manure fork. Change the color on that. We have a larger manure fork. We have a fork with grapple. This one is configured to also work with the JCB apparently. Fork with grapple. Smaller. Bale spike. Pallet fork. Does this ever end? Universal bucket. And this is all part of the Polish pack. Larger bucket. Larger bucket, 800 liters this time. Bale handler. And that is still not done. We then have a pair of weights. Oh, we have one weight. Alright, so there's another weight that's in another mod. When I was looking at this, I had lots of stuff activated, but we do have a weight here. And that should be it. Let's look at this. This is the Polish pack, everybody. We have our attachments. Then we have our vehicles. All in one single mod pack. Like I said, you've got to be crazy to think that you're going to enter into a contest where most folks are going to be focusing on one mod and one mod only. Say, the JCB load all here. And you're going to pit it up against all of this. That is crazy. Alright, so let's go figure out how all of this stuff works. We're only halfway done. We've got them all bought now. Now we have to look at them all. Start out here with the Ursus 534. Let's turn it on. Go listen. The brick lights. Four ways, left, right flasher, the beacon, the first stage lights, second stage lights, and third stage lights. The animated drive shaft on the front here. Drive shaft rotates down there on the side. Got some suspension going on in the cab. Look inside. You have a little bit of lighting up gauges. Gauges are animated. The throttle pedal that's moving and the brake pedals are moving. (934). Now I do want to check and just see which one of these front loader attachments is working with the 934. Sure, 16. Go. Let's try this one with, see if we have hose attachments for our connectors here that have hydraulics. Do indeed. The attachments that have hydraulics have hose attachments on them. Good to see. Alright, let's move this one out of the way so we can take a look at the next of many. Now the 1132. And it's just a two-wheel variant of the one we just looked at, I think. Something I want to check and see is if the front bumper hitch works. Move this out of the way. Let's get a small trailer. Do have a front hitch that works on tractors that we get front hitches on. Right, since this is basically the two-wheel variant of the one we just looked at. I don't think we really need to look at it too much more. We want to go ahead and try this cultivator out. The hose hookups have hydraulics that raise this up. Let's just check and see. Does this have the required horsepower? Have the 1132, 96 horsepower. And this is for 70, so plenty of horsepower. Let's head on down to our poplar field and give it a go and see how well this thing drags this through dirt. Visibility in the tractor is very good. Mirrors are, well, I don't really know what they're looking at, but okay. Go. Planted something at some point. Go. Got nice dust particle animations going on with the cultivator. Floating up and down on the field very well. All looks pretty good. Alright, let's get back up here to the shop. Alright, we will take a look at the next one. That is the Zetor. It sounds completely different. Oh, we have a so this one must have had a 3-point front hydraulic option that we didn't get, but the attacher is still activated, so that's interesting. A little bit of a disconnect there between the axle and the tire with the narrow configuration. Rear, right, rear, yep. Some animations on the drive shaft there, and on the side drive shaft. We have lights on the dash a little bit. Foot throttle, brake, just check. Enable IC. What does this do? Oh, looky there. That IC controls are back. Over here and see if we had IC controls in the other tractor. Check out that exhaust. Front lights, the stage lights, second stage lights, third stage lights. We have a beacon. Let's go check out over here. Cable IC. That one. That one. Rear window. Side windows. Okay. Very good with that one. Let's go take a look at the next one. We have the Zetor 8520. Same door open and close. Have the rear window. Pillar here looks a bit low res on this. So this one we do have the front hydraulic option. So this should look a lot better. The front weight. Let's get this little cultivator. No hose hookups on this one because it's not wide enough that it needs to be folded up. Go ahead and head on back down to our test field. And these little tractors are not going to win any speed races. Imagine driving a load of crop to sale, to market, on a 4X map with this tractor. Having to drive it across the map. Playing at 5 times speed, it would take you about half a day probably to sell your load of grain. Just make a day trip of it. Should pretty much work and look just like the longer version, just without the side wings. Which it does. This one's getting dirty a little quicker than the other one we looked at. We're not going to have an opportunity to look at the dirt and wear mask of all of these. Next up, we have the Zetor 5211. This is the one with long fenders, medium fenders, and short fenders. This one we got with just the pipe and the air cleaner. It has a completely different sound than the other two even. The animated gauges. Here is a bit low. What is that thing? Must be a seat. Yeah, that's part of the seat. Check IC controls. Open door. Rear window. which one of these front loaders is for the Zetor. D211, that would be the 3B. It's the one propped up with the sticks. We have engine compartment in the cab are separated. See the flex there. Once it connects, the wood goes away. Attachment and the implement all move very well. Nice, fluid, smooth movements. The attachment doesn't seem to lag from the loader arm. First stage lights, second and third stage lights on this. See if these different exhausts give it a different engine note. It does. It's a 7711. This one sounds different than the other one. No reason to expect this to operate any different than the other one. Oh wait, we have a animated fan, engine fan. Didn't see it till we got out. Next up, we have the 5245. Four-wheel drive. You have the spinning animations on the drive shaft there on the front axle and on the side. This one has a different engine note from the others too. Alright, next up. $77.45. Let's try this thing over here. Like we come back to this and hook up with a 3-point. Then we have our bucket somewhere. There's one spawned in over here. Let's check our F1 menu. X to fold up, support feet. There those go. V, lower loader on the back. This lowers the whole thing. Okay. We can put our support feet down. Turn it up. Put it down. Let's connect our arm. Grapple. Now let's see how this works. Left mouse button up and down moves this. Main, left and right, swivels. Now this is very, very slow. You have to move the mouse a lot to get it to move. Right mouse button up and down. Just like the standard crane controls, or extending the second arm, left and right. Is slowly opening and closing the grapple. Okay. Yeah. Gotta make sure you're toggled on the right thing when you're trying to raise and lower it. Like to grapple a bale. Doesn't seem to let me grapple a bale. That's that. Zetor 7245. Has front hydraulics on it. Also, same general IC controls. Also having an issue over here on the right rear with separation between the axle and the wheel rim. Little Ursus. Oh, we have animated pulleys, belts. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ursus C3603P. Okay, so 3P would also be in the same front loader as we put on the second tractor. The animated throttle and brakes. What? We have what is this? A window from nowhere. So that would be the window in the cab variant, I suppose. But it is still there in this variant. Lights. First stage, second stage. Same. We have a C light on the back for the third stage. Happy. Speed demon at 17 miles an hour. Let's again take this down to our poplar field. This is a big pack. I might release this video all by itself. Because we are already 45 minutes into this, and we're not done the whole pack yet. Might be a little underpowered with the tractor. Seems to be getting the job done. Two-wheel drive, but the front wheels are spinning. Probably a farm sim thing where everything is four-wheel drive. Up and take a look at the bigger tractors. We have the Ursus 1234. Completely different engine sound on this one also. First stage lights, second stage lights, third stage lights on that one. There's some light indications on the dash. The animated gauges, IC, controls, all three windows again, windows and doors. Same animations on the axle on the front and on the drive shaft on the side there. First stage, second stage, and third. Lights. The 1232, the two-wheel variant. Somebody got the big weight stack on the front. This, I don't think this arm is supposed to attach to this tractor, but I'll try it anyway. Probably not. But it is clearing the weight stack. Barely, but it kind of clips through it a little bit. Oh, we got that one done. Now let's take a look at these. JCB load-alls. Shift lever is moving forward. Although it's acting more like a throttle than just a forward reverse indicator. We have animated throttle and brake. And these worked. Next. No apparent IC on this one. That's supposed to be a rearview mirror. That's not working. First stage lights. Third stage lights. I don't know what's lighting up here in the second rear. Got maybe a phantom light here in the rear that doesn't light up. You have an animated fan there on the engine. I wonder if this is a... We have what looks like a hitch on the back. Let's see. Reverse light, okay. We have a reverse light. We do have a hitch that works. It's awful low. It does work. It does have hose hookups. Alright, so let's check the controls. Left mouse button up and down. Is the arm up and down, left and right. Angles the attachment. Right mouse button up and down. Extends the boom in and out. Now there is a bit of a delay. You can see the lag now on this implement. We didn't see that on the other front loader arms. We are seeing it on this one. Let's go and drop this and see if it's on another attachment. I think the picture on the website that shows this attached to the Bale grab, I think. Check real fast. Yeah, there's a picture showing this telehandler connected with this Bale grab, so let's see if it lags. And it also has a bit of a lag to it. So that's a little disappointing. That one. This is a little different variant of this. Levers. Here's that interesting narrow wheel combination. Let's see if this one suffers from the same. It does suffer pretty much from the same general lag on the attachment. Alright guys, that is it. That is all we're going to look at least. That is the Polish pack. Submitted in the Modern Classics category of the Farm Sim 19 mod contest. And given the fact that we are already at 54 minutes on this video, we are going to call it here and let this be a standalone video for this massive mod pack. We'll come back for a short little video with the next 3 mods that are part of the Modern Classics submission. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of the Polish pack? And until next time, happy farming.